Why is college so much more expensive now than it was when we were growing up? Well, you'd love to say that it's because it's so much more expensive for these colleges to provide your kids with a college education than it was to provide you with one. But that's not really the case. What is the case is waste. They are wasting our money, and it is kind of upsetting. But there's three big things that they're wasting your money and my money on, both your alma mater and wherever you're sending your kids to. First is DEI programs. DEI stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. The DEI chancellor, for instance, at University of Illinois, gets paid $330,000. Now, at this college, professors make on average $152,000 a year. So they're spending a lot of money on a department that is completely useless. And in the description below, I've got a news article about DEI programs at various colleges. So check that out in the description below. And then the second thing is bias response teams. It's almost, this one is kind of Orwellian, in that you remember in Orwell's novels where there was somebody that would be accused of wrongthink, and then they'd have to have a struggle session where they would aggressively question that person on their wrong viewpoint. Well, they have these bias response teams that kick into action if your child ever says something that is not woke or is not in line with what the people that run that college believe. Any fellow student, any faculty member can tattle on your kid or on any faculty member, and they can be brought in front of a bias response team. Bias response teams are made up of campus police and also certain administrators. And it's basically like a struggle session that you used to read about in the Cold War, where people would aggressively question you about your wrong viewpoint, about your wrong opinion. And it was a way of intimidating people. Of course, the good news is that your activism and my activism is actually paying off, because some of these colleges are actually getting sued for their bias response teams, because it's being argued that they're literally violating the Constitution. So some of these are actually being dismantled, or they're being run in a very, very different way. So that's actually the good news. But it is kind of sad that it had to get this far, where they'd have to be, we'd have to go after them legally, and in order for them to back off of this to this madness. And then the other thing, also in the description below, you'll see something about the arms race on universities. There's a president from the New St. Andrews College in Idaho, and he talks about how a lot of colleges are raising money to build spas and lazy rivers and all these things that were never around when we were in college, and they really aren't necessary to the college education. And and it's driving up the college tuition. I mean, do you really need to take out a second mortgage on your house in order to pay for some college to add a lazy river on campus? So so we'd like to believe that the reason why college education is going up is that the expense is going up, and that's part of the reason why healthcare costs are going up so much. But in education, higher education, it really is a lot of waste. And the good news is we can do something about it. We can do something about it if we get organized, and if we get active in some of these parents' rights groups that are going after these colleges and going after these school systems that are really betraying the trust that we've had in our education system. So the good news is that you and we have a lot more power than we think we do. So anyways, keep up the good fight. Also in a link below is my graphic novel Critical Feather Theory, which is a Amazon bestseller. And it just kind of takes a silly, crazy, funny look at our education system. So anyways, check it out and follow me for more ideas. Thanks.